Welcome in, guys. I'm Matt from Certified Saunas. In the last few years, I've tested over 40 sauna models, helped tens of thousands of sauna owners in our Facebook sauna community. And today we're answering one of the most comprehensive and common, most expensive mistake questions that people make when buying a sauna. What sauna should I buy? So I've got your questions pulled up in the group. I'm going to summarize a whole bunch of them that are much the same because this sounds simple, but choosing the wrong size is the number one reason people regret their sauna purchase. And it happens for 3 reasons. Let's walk through them. Number one, people buy for occasional use instead of daily reality. Someone says a 3-person sauna so my family can use it together. But what is actually going to happen? This is like a dream that they have, which is not bad. They use the sauna alone every single day. Now they're heating a giant sauna that they don't need. They're paying more for electricity, waiting longer for warm-up times, and sitting in a lot of extra empty space. Meanwhile, somebody who buys a 1-person sauna, puts it in their spare bedroom, and uses it 350 times a year, that's the best sauna that you'll actually use or get decent use out of. And you don't even have to use it that much. 3-4 times a week is what you should shoot for. Rule number 1, size for daily use, not occasional guests. If you're going to use it solo 90% of the time, get a 1-person or compact 2-person sauna. If your family will actually use it together, regularly with you, then size up. Be honest with yourself. And reason number 2, people don't measure their space correctly. This happens constantly. Someone buys a sauna and then realize, oh my God, the door won't open. The ceiling is too low. I can't get the roof on. The outlet is too far from the pigtail. The HOA won't allow, any type of additional electrical circuit to be run on the exterior. And I'm not about to rip the drywall out and run it on the interior. Things come up where you put it in a room and it blocks a doorway or a hallway or a walkway. So measure everything first. The width, the depth, the ceiling height, the door swing, the outlet location. This matters more than brand. And here, just for you guys, I'll give you a tip. If you take a kitchen table chair, just a regular kitchen table chair, put it wherever you think, you have an open space. Take some cardboard boxes and put them on the sides of your shoulders. Lay out on the floor with blue painter's tape and a tape measure the size of the saunas that you're looking at, and basically see how much room you would actually have if that were the size of the cabin. And then you can realistically say, okay, this is comfortable to me. This is not comfortable to me. And you can kind of adjust from there. The other thing that you want to make sure of is that if you're taking a sauna upstairs or downstairs, either in a basement, a second floor, if you're in an apartment, doesn't matter if you're in a single family home, this is absolutely critical. You want to ask for the largest panel size of that sauna. And then you want to make sure that that's going to fit through your stairway. Because what is that? Something floating in the air? When you have a turn in the stairs, or you have a set of basement stairs, or you have a second floor set of stairs that have a low bump out on the ceiling height, you want to make sure if you're dealing with a 3 or 4-person sauna that the size of the back wall is going to either make the turn or fit the ceiling height. So always, always, always double check that. A quick example would be for plug and play models. Apartment or condo buyers usually do best with plug and play models from brands like Radiant Health, Heavenly Heat, Clear Light, Life Pro, because they can fit in a bedroom corner easily and you don't have to do any modifications. Basically, if you can run a vacuum cleaner in that room, you can run one of these saunas. So basement remodel with lots of space. Then we look at larger cabins, same trusted brands, but totally different sizes, different models, different features. The use case is different. So number 3, that people think bigger is better. This is a marketing myth. Dealers love to sell big saunas because they cost more, right? But bigger also means higher install costs occasionally, more electricity, longer warm-up time because the cubic footage is bigger, more floor space taken up. So if you're doing a home gym or something like that, if you don't need it, it's best to use that for your weight area, especially in modern homes, modern lifestyle, condos, townhomes, high-rise buildings. A lot of these things aren't the best fit. So really pay attention to use case. And the 1-person sauna myth. People worry that a 1-person sauna is too small. But in reality, 1-person saunas are the perfect fit. If you detox daily, you live in an apartment or condo, you have limited power, you want faster warm-up times, you want lower EMF exposure area. Most certified sauna community members who start with a 1-person sauna, they absolutely love it. They actually use it on a regular basis, which is going to make all the difference in the world. So the family sauna case. Now let's be fair. You should get a bigger sauna if you have teenagers or a spouse or you're tall or you and your spouse, are going to use it together, right? You want a social sauna experience or you want to be able to have friends over and, implement workout routines and sauna after. Totally get it. You're doing a basement or home, remodel and you want to incorporate sauna into that. 100% understand. And you have 240 volt power available. This is the kicker. You could basically install anything you want. So in that case, a 3-person sauna, a 4-person sauna, brands like Heavenly Heat, Radiant Health, Clear Light, similar brands. It doesn't matter about the brand. They make sense. But again, only if you're actually going to use it that way, because otherwise it's just not necessary. So here's a quick story from our Facebook group. Guy bought a massive, outdoor sauna and spent just under 20 grand installing it, right? Used it maybe 6, 7 times, but because it was too far away from the house, especially in wintertime, took too long to heat up. No one wanted to walk out there when the wind is howling and the snow is blowing. Meanwhile, another group member, bought a compact mini infrared sauna and was able to stick it in her laundry room. And she's used it almost every single week for 2 years straight. Which one do you think changed their health routine and implemented health strategy to get better life? That is the sauce, you guys. It really is implementation. Bonus tip, think about electrical costs first. I said this in a couple other videos recently. Smaller saunas often work on 120 volt power. Bigger saunas may require, 240 volt circuits. That can add a lot of cost in electrician, setup and all these other things, panel modifications, breaker adds, adding a circuit that's dedicated just for this. And then you still need 120 volt leg if you're going to add red light therapy. And that should really be separate from the sauna and yada, yada, yada. Nothing wrong with all that. But before you choose size, ask these questions. The biggest one is, what power do I have available in my home right now? And we're going to cover that in episode 4. I don't want to make this too long. Bonus tip is, think about detox routines. If your goal is detox recovery, daily heat therapy, consistency is going to matter a lot more than size. Remember, hydrating, paying attention to vitamin mineral deficiencies, replenishing electrolytes, things that you're going to lose through a lot of sweating, basically. Take sauna detox binders if you need them before your session. Start slow, build up. Never start in sauna 2 days in a row, always every other day. And a smaller sauna that you're going to use daily beats a big sauna you'll use twice a month outside. Perfect install, all this money invested. Beats it every single time. So takeaway is, there's no perfect sauna size. There's only the right size sauna for your home, your routine, your goals, and your family who's actually going to use it. So size for daily use, measure your space, check your electrical, then pick the best model that fits that, not what someone says is like popular on social media. If you're trying to figure out which sauna is right for your home, I have best of video series on my YouTube channel, over 1,000 videos. Check those out. They're usually about a half an hour long. They go in depth into each particular size, features that come with different brands, et cetera, really break it down. And if you want other people's experiences, you can join the Certified Sauna community on Facebook. You can see what real owners are sharing about their setups, experiences, wellness rooms, home gyms. Thanks for watching. We'll see you in episode 4 of Ask Matt Before You Buy. And as always, just be sweating.